What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and we are doing a night's live stream. Now, I was originally going to stream this and kind of have it overlay with the NFL awards and stuff like that, but pretty much all the NFL awards have been leaked, and I assume at some point during this game they may leak the MVP, which I'm still having my fingers crossed that it might be Mr. Carson Wentz, but I don't know that yet, so I'm sure you'll let me know. But roughly now, because Brian Dawkins got inducted into the Hall of Fame, which you can tell by the title. I tried to make the title that, A, because Shaquem Griffin, who is our starting safety, has actually been playing very, very well for us. I want to talk, this is going to be a live stream. Usually when I do the Knights live stream, I want to focus on the Knights because it eventually gets re-uploaded as an actual video. But because there's so much news going on, especially for NFL honors and the Hall of Fame, this is going to be just a little bit of like a football talk slash, everything like this. So, yeah, I might as well just set up the video. Like, we're going to be streaming here for roughly about an hour or so. I want to finish it before the awards because I really want to see my boy Brian Dawkins walk out. So, yeah, we're now here on week 3. We're 2-0, getting ready to take on the 1-1 Green Bay Packers. So, what we decided to do, if you didn't watch the last game, basically our 30-year-old rookie, Marshall Law, had like 4 sacks. He's playing like an absolute animal. I actually took the settings and we bumped it up to an all Madden. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, I think we played the Panthers. No, we are the Panthers. Whoever we played week 1, we buy them." And a lot of the comments are saying, "Hey, up the difficulty, make it way more difficult for you." So I did that, and then what I did was I used on OperationSports.com. It's the best spot to get your gameplay sliders. I went with the second hardest for All Pro, and these are trying to give you like a tougher difficulty. There's an All Pro sliders that's for slightly casual, or All Madden sliders, sorry, that for maybe more casual. Then there's the hard, and then there's the extreme, and these here are just the hard ones. And we're 2-0, but now we're getting ready to take on, anyways, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. So let's get a quick little scouting report there of the Packers and what we're going to have to worry about. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's certainly in MVP form. 7 TDs, 2 picks. They're not running the ball particularly well. They have Giovanni Bernard there now, but you always got to be worried. Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb. They got Josh Docks in there. So, no more Jordan Nelson. I assume Jordan Nelson would have retired by now. They got Blake Martinez, who's fairly solid. Mike Daniels, old man. Is it? Oh, Dexter Lawrence from Clemson. Okay. They got a stud there. They haven't had yet to get a turnover, so hopefully we can just do without, Dexter Lawrence, who's one of the best defensive tackle prospects I've ever seen. Just absolutely recognized. So let's just jump right into this game, fellas. I know you guys probably want to talk to me about some football stuff that's going on. So, like I said, this is basically going to be a football stream, more so than just a pure Black Knights. But I was going to stream the Philadelphia Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl, I think it was 39, on my Twitch. But then I basically looked into it, and I probably could have got my Twitch account shut down. It's one thing right now that I'm kind of disappointed that I haven't been able to do as well as I wanted to in 2018 was stream more. That's my big goal this year, was to become a consistent streamer. And I've actually streamed less in 2018 than I was doing in 2017, and I hope to get back to that. Basically, I have a son. Most people know I have a son. And I have to watch him throughout the days, and that is really, really tough to balance. Like, that's where I would do a lot of my videos when I would record and stuff. Now that time's got cut pretty much non-existent. I might have an hour, whereas I used to have 3 or 4 hours to record. So basically what I find is prime streaming time at night is when I'm working on my videos. So hopefully I can get into a little bit of a rhythm here, because I definitely want to start streaming a lot more on Twitch. Like, I haven't been able to play Fortnite. I've literally just, when I have free time, I've been playing Madden. I've been able to play Fortnite, PUBG, stop playing Overwatch, all these games that I really do enjoy playing, and that'll be perfect for me to stream. I haven't just had the opportunity to do that. Plus, like I said, different Madden streams. So hopefully we can get into it. Like I said, this stream here was supposed to happen a couple days ago, and then literally it was my girlfriend's birthday, and we had all these other things. And I was just like, streaming has just not worked out. But I figure right now, Saturday, before the Super Bowl, everyone's going to be talking about the awards and all that stuff. What a perfect time to hit it with the streaming. What, Doug Peterson didn't win Coach of the Year? Are you kidding me? That's a... Are you kidding me? All right, let's go D. Sean McVay beat Doug Peterson. You've got to be kidding me. There is not... They played each other. They both had somewhat dramatic turnarounds, but they played each other, and Doug beat them with a backup quarterback. And don't say, oh, well, you know, they had a better defense. They have the defensive player of the year is on the Rams. Clearly, they're valuing him a lot. And we're both wearing white jerseys in this game. Are you kidding me? Are we both wearing... Oh, God. Madden, everybody. There is not one argument that can be made to say that McVay should win it over Doug. I think Sean McVay is a clear runner-up. I think he's done a tremendous job. He's definitely one of the better... Oh, come on, Marshall Law. Definitely one of the better young coaches in football. But everything that he did, literally every single thing that he did that was good, Doug did the exact same thing, had a better record, and beat them straight up. Like... What do you got for McVay? What you got for McVay is you got a drastic turnaround. Well, I don't think the Rams were last in their division last year where the Philadelphia Eagles were. I don't think that happened. So Doug had a bigger turnaround for his team from a record standpoint, going from last in his division to first in the NFL, whereas McVay took over the Rams. Were they runners-up? Runners-up in the West? Third place? Somewhere like that? Battling in the middle out, and they won the division. So that's one knock to Doug. What McVay did with Jared Goff, big time turnaround. What Doug did with Carson Wentz, took him from McVay made Goff look from a terrible rookie into a good quarterback. Doug Peterson took Carson Wentz from a shaky rookie to NFL MVP. So what they did with their quarterback both was phenomenal, but Doug gets the edge. Well, they had great defense. I think on paper, many people would say the Rams had a better defense than the Philadelphia Eagles coming to that season, headlined with Aaron Donald. So it wasn't like, I don't understand what the debate, how McVay could win it. He got robbed. There's no other way to put it, man. He got absolutely robbed. Like, I don't want to sound salty because I do think in another timeline, if it was another season and Doug didn't do what he did, McVay, yeah, he would win. I'm not debating that what McVay did wasn't great, wasn't spectacular, and he doesn't look like a tremendous head coach. He does. But in every category, Doug was better. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. And I don't even think that's one of those things where like my bias is kind of creeping into that. From a football standpoint, I don't know, man. Oh no. Pierce says, your Rams are only projected to win 4 games. Yeah, that's true. But a lot of people, Philly was like one of those split teams. People either had Philly like myself, winning the division and, you know, being a challenger. And then it seemed like the other half of people that were projecting had the Eagles last in the NFC East again. So I think both teams succeeded expectations. Both teams had expectations that they surpassed. Oh, get your feet in. There we go. Rams offense went from last to first. Okay. Philly's record went from last in the NFC to first in the NFC. I don't know, man. Like I said, I understand there's compelling points for McVay, but I still feel like... I feel like this. Coach of the year should go to you look at the coaches with the best records in the NFL, and then you work your way down. And I think if that was how it should be done, you start at Doug, 13-3, and you go, did anyone else, Doug has the record, better? I don't think McVay was better. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to need you guys. If they leak MVP, I'm already expecting it to be Brady, but I don't know, man. Like I was saying on Twitter, it's like from a business standpoint, give it to Wentz. Tom Brady, NFL is trying to make money, and they are right now with Brady being, you know, pretty much on the way. He's on the way out. You need who's like the next big superstar quarterback. You don't have anyone that has. Oh my God, this Packers defense is terrible. Carson Wentz wins the MVP. Let's be honest, it's a fluff piece. Tom Brady is not the undisputed winner this year. He is winning it because Antonio Brown and Carson Wentz got hurt, and I guess they just weren't going to give it to Todd Gurley. It wasn't like Tom Brady deserved the MVP. It's not a. He's had much better seasons than he had this year, and the only reason why he's going to win is because he's the only guy that didn't get hurt. But Tom Brady winning the MVP, when it's this close, no, he's not going to sell more Tom Brady jerseys. It's not going to add anything more to the, oh, right there, across your body. It's not going to add anything more to his resume. But if you give it to a guy like Carson Wentz, you're going to sell way more money. The league's going to make a lot more money, and it's building another star. You can add that MVP tag, he's a former MVP, to Carson Wentz's resume. That's going to help the league long term. So, I don't know. I still think Brady's going to get it, though. There we go. Gain a 0. But yeah, like I said, it's a business. And that's what I feel like. That's what happened kind of last year with Matt Ryan. It's like Matt Ryan won it, I felt like, because it's a better business decision. Now Matt Ryan is a former NFL MVP. When you have games now, oh my God. Pick it up! When you have games now that feature the Falcons, you can always bring up, you know, MVP. When Cam Newton, MVP. I mean, sure, they might not live up to that form again, but it's something that it's a selling point. And Tom Brady does not need any more selling points. Where Carson Wentz is, thank God, this close. Make a new superstar. Put the tag on him. Make what's, you know what I'm saying? Make the plug. Wasn't Brady's accepted? Yeah, but that's probably because he was in the, you know, discussion to win it. They probably pre-recorded because he wouldn't have any time to wait until they actually decide. So I would assume there's a lot of pre-recorded. There's probably a Carson Wentz one. Except our, you know, the Eagles staff's not careless, if you will. Tre'Davious White should be Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think, when you look at the stats, I think Marshawn Lattimore had slightly better stats. I think he had more interceptions, he had more pass deflections. But again, man, it's a good year. I think if you're a Bills fan, you're salty about that one. Kind of like me with the Eagles. At the end of the day, even though I'm a little salty that Doug Peterson didn't win Coach of the Year, I, coming into this season, had a lot of questions about Doug Peterson. And, you know, even though he didn't win the award, didn't get the accolade, you know, at least know, going forward, he's going to be good. Same goes to Tre'Davious White. I personally would have gave it to Marshawn Lattimore just because the Bills have always had a good defense, whereas the Saints have had, for the last decade, like one of the worst defenses in football, and now they are not. A lot of it's attributed to the fact that they now have a corner that can just straight up stand out there on an island. When was the last time the Saints had a good corner? I cannot remember one. Delvin Breaux had a serviceable season one year. Other than that, even back when they were in the Super Bowl, it was a committee. It wasn't just one straight up baller on the outside. Now they have that. But ultimately, man, even though Doug lost, and I said even in my little prediction video for the awards, I'd be upset, Brian Dawkins got in the Hall of Fame, and that is, since I've been an Eagles fan, I mean, when they went to the Super Bowl the first time against when they beat the Falcons in the NFC Championship, that's a close one. But I think this probably, Brian Dawkins getting in and being able to see him walk out for the Hall of Fame, that's probably, until tomorrow night, going to be one of the, probably the biggest moment since I've been watching football, man. He is, as much, I always kind of feel like a hero should be someone you know a little bit or has some actual influence on your life. But as far as like a celebrity hero, Brian Dawkins is the closest one for me. And it's absolutely awesome to see. Oh my God, we just got murked. Come on, Trent Sanchez. I need to pop up my Twitter feed here on this little tab I got. Oh my God, I'm also missing the NFL Honors red carpet with Kay Adams on the thing. She doesn't look nearly as fire as she did during the NFL draft, but that's still the woman there. Can you post your reaction to the Eagles win or lose the Super Bowl? Well, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm probably going to make a Twitter video, win or lose, and then by the time, it's not going to be immediate, but at some point when I get home, I'll definitely stream my reaction. Juju is better than Kamara. That's pretty ridiculous to say. I honestly think they should have shared the award. Kamara and Hunt. Both were dynamic. Hunt led the league in rushing out of all the running backs, which is why I think I would have given him the award personally. But I'm a huge fan of both of them. Had them both. Both of those guys got me my fantasy title this year, so I have a lot of respect for both of them, because we're not playing particularly well. Allen Robinson will come back player of the year next year. Yeah, he probably is a prime candidate. I'm very happy to see Keenan Allen win it. I called Keenan Allen was going to win the award after the Dallas Cowboy game on Thanksgiving. And then, man, there was like 4 weeks where Keenan Allen was the best wide receiver in football. Oh, my God. Some people need to get open. Sit McCaffrey here. Do you think I mean, honestly, my girlfriend was asking me this today before I came home to stream. She was like, you think the Eagles actually are going to win? I have no expectations. All I know is I would not want to be a Patriots fan right now, because they are expected to win the damn thing. Oh, there we go, Greg Olson. They're expected to win this damn thing. If they lose to a backup quarterback, that's a lot of pressure. They have way more pressure than we do. And that is kind of crazy thinking about it, because you think with Brady and Belichick, there's no pressure. There's never any pressure. But I think if I'm a fan, I'm much more nervous if I'm a Patriot fan than an Eagle fan, because if the Eagles lose, it was just, all right, there's only so much. Oh, my God, that was a terrible ball. There's only so much adversity you can face. A matter of time, we're going to run into a really good team and lose. But if the Patriots lose, it's just like, well, is this the end of the era? Is Belichick going to leave? Is the Kraft friction thing kind of boiling over? So, all right, let's start targeting Rawls. He's our monster. He's the guy that we want to go to. Oh, right there. He beat his man. Oh, he's nasty. He's absolutely nasty. What's up, man? Where do you think Kirk Cousins will go? I think the best spot for him to go is the Minnesota Vikings. I think he'll probably go to the Denver Broncos. If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, should they trade? Honestly, I would let Nick Foles. I feel like, yes, where Philadelphia doesn't have a second or third round pick, he probably could be massive for them, having a better draft. But I also feel like if he brings us a Super Bowl, if he wants to sit here, remain a part of this team, make it so we don't have to potentially rush Carson Wentz back from injury, and just keep being a backup. Some guy, honestly, maybe he wants to be like Moran from Blue Mountain State. Just loves being a backup, happy to be a backup, doesn't want the fit that in. God damn it! Nick Perry's going off right now. Sick and tired of these white-on-white jersey clashing. So honestly, for my thing, like I said, I want to put on Nick Foles. If he wants to go start somewhere, have another opportunity to be a starter, by all means. Thank you for your service. You're a legend in Philly. You'll always be an Eagle. But if he wants to stay, I don't think we should force the issue. I think he's earned the right to just be a part of this team. Oh my God, hit this. Why can't we get any pass pro? Get murked. Oh my God, Tom Brady. Whatever, man. Philly's gonna win it. Philly's gonna win the Super Bowl, and don't matter. What up, John? Yeah, like I said, what are you gonna do, man? That's just stupid from the NFL. I understand that if you ask me right now, I was not an Eagle fan, who's going to win? I predicted Tom Brady. It was going to be Tom Brady because he's the only one that didn't get hurt. But if the NFL was smart, Wentz was going to win that award. Wentz had more passing touchdowns than Brady. But, yeah, there you go. C21, that's the point I was just going to make. Brady didn't win the award last year because he missed some games for the suspension. That's why Matt Ryan won. But then again, the president's, you know, you want to say the president was set. Garrett won Coach of the Year last year because he had the best record. He had the best team. He had the best record. Doug Peterson, best team, best record. He didn't win it. They gave it to McVay. So it's as tough to predict, I guess, NFL awards as it is to predict if the next Madden is going to be a good game. Oh, Bo. K1 short. Let's go. Will AJ McCarron go and will he start? Is he a free agent this year? I think a team like the Browns might try to make a play for him just because Hugh Jackson connection. Maybe Hugh thinks that he can be the franchise QB and give, you know, they can go Saquon Barkley, Minkah Fitzpatrick with their 2 picks or trade down or something like that. Oh, my God. There we go. Timeout. Get the ball back even though we're only settling for field goals. If Brady wins the MVP, do you guys feel like the league's against us and the refs are just going to friggin' body bag the Eagles next week so they can make sure? What do you think about the Hall of Fame? This is the greatest. I think Nick the Plug said it on Twitter. This is the greatest Hall of Fame class I have ever. Oh, my God. Let's go McCaffrey. Bloop. This is the greatest Hall of Fame class I've ever seen because it's all players that were in their prime when I was watching football. Well, just half when I was getting into football, half when I was well into watching it. Like Randy Moss is one of my favorite receivers of all time. T.O. for the good times when he was in Philadelphia. To this point, he's still probably the most dominant wide receiver Philly's ever had. Oh, right there, A. Underthrow him. Come on, Greg. Brian Urlacher is one of my favorite players of all time. Ray Lewis, one of my favorite players of all time. I got a Ray Lewis jersey up on my Legends wall here where I put all my non-Eagles jerseys of players that I like. And then, of course, Brian Dawkins is my favorite player by all time, without a doubt, man. So it's awesome. That's why originally, like I said, oh my God. Originally, the plan was to stream during the award ceremony, so kind of like we're talking right now, I could react to who wins the awards. But they're all getting leaked for some reason, so I'm going to try to end this stream before the awards starts in roughly 45 minutes or so. And, yeah. I'm kind of hoping we can get another game out of this. Get 2 games in. I'm telling you right now, Christian McCaffrey with the juke, it's nasty. All right, 4th and 5. Yeah, 49. I'm going to go for it. What's up, Pierce? Thank you. I know it's not the Eagles, but what do you think the Rams need to contend? P.S. Sorry that McVay won. First of all, Pierce, it does not matter that, like I said, at the end of the day, even though I think Doug was clear-cut, at least I think if he had to lose, McVay definitely deserved it. So I'm not super salty. A little salty, you know, light salt if you're eating your French fries and you're trying to be conscientious of your sodium. But when I look at the Rams, I think that they need to just straight up just keep overhauling that offensive line. They got Whitworth. You saw what happened, but he's pretty much a mercenary. He's not a long-term option. You have your... Oh, right there, B. Oh, and he got... Oh, fucking jumped. You have your long-term option at quarterback and Goff. You have your long-term option at running back and Todd Gurley, but you have no real long-term option on the offensive line. Your 2 best offensive linemen, Saffold and Whitworth, are like 30. So I think that they need to continue to build up their offensive line. I don't know if Sammy Watkins is going to be the answer there. I feel like he might want too much money, and is he worth it? Robert Woods looks good. Cooper Kupp looks phenomenal. I like Higbee as your tight end and Everett. So I think if I'm them, I build the offensive line and the secondary because they're probably going to lose Tremaine Johnson. I think he's going to be asking for too much money, and then who do you really have there? So I'd say offensive line and secondary were the 2 spots I need to go. I'll give you a spoiler for my mock draft. Where is it? I wrote it down here the other day. Who I had the Rams taking in my mock draft. Where is it? Let me see if I can... How's my mock draft? I wrote it down. I think I officially lost my mock draft. No, it's right here. No, it's not. I can't even find out. Is this it? No, can't even find out who I had the Rams taking. But I think off the top of my head, who did I have the Rams taking? I have taken Isaiah Oliver, the corner from Colorado. And I think he's great long-rangey. I think really, you know, Wade Phillips has been around the league long enough. He knows what players he needs to run his system. And I think McVay's smart enough to really, you know, use his and heed his advice in the draft room when they're making the draft board up with their scouting teams. So I wouldn't be too worried about, like, whoever they draft on defense should probably fit in. You saw that with John Johnson, who played like he balled out, played very, very good. So like I said, man, the Rams are going to be very good. Like, especially with Seattle, like, the Rams are peaking right as the Seahawks are kind of on the downswing. The Cardinals kind of on the downswing. It's good. Life is good if you're a Rams fan. This is the worst punt of all time. And we fumble. Oh, my God. All right, this has been an incredibly sloppy game. But, C4, where will Case Keenum, Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Bradford go? I think, what's the scenario? So if the Vikings don't go after Kirk Cousins, I think what you do is you go Sam Bradford, Case Keenum. I think it's a tough spot, though. I personally don't think, I think Teddy's the odd man out. You got to remember, before his injury, Viking fans were saying, is Teddy the guy? Not, oh my God, he is the guy. There's a lot of question marks about Bridgewater before he got hurt. I don't think you have the ability, like, with seeing how Keenum played this year, getting them as far as they did, seeing what Bradford did before he got hurt, I feel like if I had to pick a scenario, oh my God. Give me Bradford as your starter with Keenum ready there to back up because Bradford's just so hurt. If you can swing that cap. I feel like what you would get for Cousins, if you miss out on him, the kind of contract, you'd probably be able to get that both in Bradford and Keenum. But, I don't know. We're just going to keep letting Roberto Aguayo kick field goals here, I suppose. Did the award ceremony even start yet? It starts in 45 minutes, but all the leaks, it's getting leaked on Twitter for some reason. I don't know why. What do you think of Roquan Smith to the Raiders? That's what I had in my last mock draft. That's a great fit. John Gruden loves his athletic linebackers. You saw it with, oh, right there, right in the middle. Oh, come on. You saw it with Derek Brooks. That was his most famous linebacker of all time with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think Roquan Smith is in that mold, and he'll want that for his defense, because you look at the Raiders' defense, their linebacking core is pretty weak outside of Navarro Bowman, so I think that's where you go. Josh Jackson to the Raiders is not a bad pick either. They want to get young. They have to get younger in the secondary. I just think if you're the Raiders, Carey's serviceable. TJ Carey's serviceable. You invested a first-round pick on Conley. He was just not healthy. I think it might be a little too much of an overkill to go first-round corner again. So, but I mean, that would also make sense. Boom. Go Trendell Shorty. Moving the chains. Give me that first down, baby. How's that? It was 3rd and 3. We got 4 yards, and it's 4th and inches. Fuck. Just punt it. I don't think they patched the QB sneak yet. Come on, best punter on YouTube. Do the damn thing. Do the deal. Do the deal with that. What a punt. What do the Seahawks need to do to win the division again? Not lose all their players. You know, there's a Daryl Thomas going to Dallas rumor. A lot of guys want to get paid. They're sick and tired of getting back in. Obviously, offensive line, though. Run game. Run game. There you go. They can get a run game going. That'll be pretty damn good. Pretty damn tough to beat. What do you think about the Eagles trading back for 2 second-round picks and get a tackle in Equinemius St. Brown? I don't know about those 2 picks, but trading back is probably going to be a very realistic option for the Eagles because, like I said, we don't have a 2nd or 3rd round pick. I feel like when they pick at 31 or 30, there's a safety. Let's go, martial law. I think at where they pick, they'd probably get a 2nd and a 4th. Probably, I don't know if they'd be able to get a 2nd and a 3rd. A 2nd and a 4th. Like a high 2nd. I would say a top 10 pick within the 2nd round, and then a 4th round pick for the last pick in the 1st round. Well, whatever. You can look at what history had. What did the Niners trade up to get Reuben Foster? It'd probably be somewhere in that range. That's literally like the same kind of deal. But I don't know about St. Brown. I don't think wide receiver is that big of a need because you got to figure Alshon, Nelson Aguilar, and then you just need another guy on the outside. And I think Mac Hollins is definitely interesting enough that I wouldn't want to invest him. We're getting eaten alive here. I wouldn't want to invest a huge pick at wide receiver. I think maybe getting like a late round wide receiver would be interesting. But I think definitely a tackle could be there. I think linebacker is without a doubt our #1 spot we have to go. Just because we might lose. It's looking like, well, not looking like, but there's a good chance we lose Nigel Bradham in free agency. And with Jordan Hicks being the most injury-prone player on the team, let's go Jake Fromm. You get that first down, bro. Linebacker is our #1 need. And then after that, yeah, offensive line, wide receiver. We can look at, if we trade Nick Foles, backup quarterback. Safety help. Corner help. You can always use more corners. Always, we're in a good spot where we just go depth. We can literally go best player available, I feel like, after wide receiver, after linebacker and tackle are taken care of. Oh my God, throw it. We were getting eaten alive. This is embarrassing. And Jake Fromm's hurt. No wonder. He's been sacked 70 fucking times. Who's our backup? Brad Kaya, I think. Oh my God. Alright, see what we can do, kid. Oh, we get... It's a joke. I definitely hope Shaquem Griffin does make it in the NFL because, yeah, his player model one hand will probably look super glitchy, but maybe we'll just put a club on it or something. Alright, let's go, Kaya. Oh, that was not good. That was not very good. See, before I question, do they have Chipotle in Canada? No, they don't. I know what it is. Maybe they might have it in like Ontario, like Toronto, but like the big cities. But where I live, we do not have Chipotle. Where I live, the closest we have like Mexican, like Taco Bell, like Mexican bars like that. Oh, blow them up. What are your thoughts on Blake Griffin getting traded? Yeah, I made a tweet. Oh, it's only back spasms. We're not going to rush him in. At least it's not something terrible. Season ending. I don't watch a whole lot of basketball until the playoffs. I find like regular season basketball is kind of a crapshoot. Like, as soon as the game gets out of hand, there's no intensity, if you will, which could be way off. I'm just not a huge basketball fan. But, well, actually, I love watching March Madness. And the first March Madness I watched, I was in Cuba because the only station that was in English was ESPN. And it was the March Madness where Blake Griffin at Oklahoma and stuff. And I was like, this guy's awesome. So I'm going to go whatever team that guy goes to, I'm going to cheer for, as well as like the Raptors because they're Canadian. So yeah, now that Blake Griffin got traded from the Clippers. And my favorite player was DeAndre Jordan. I just like the dunks. I like the exciting wow plays. That's like literally the equivalent of football equivalent. Like, I like the Hail Marys. That's my only favorite play. But, yeah, now I have no tie. And I asked people, should I be a Sixers fan, Pistons fan, just be a straight-out Raptors fan? I feel like because I've been to Philly a couple times, I've never gone to a Sixers game. I want to. I've gone to a couple Flyers. Just every time I've been in Philly, there hasn't been a Sixers game in town. Oh, come on, martial law. I think it seems like most people gave me the recommendation to cheer for the 76ers. Like, what team's closest to, what are they called, Lob City? Like, what team dunks the most, has the most exciting plays? I know Joel Embiid's awesome because he's always at Eagles games. I think I'm going to be a Sixers fan. But while I was looking, I found out that oh my God, what a punt. The damn Miami Heat have these sick-ass Miami Vice jerseys that I'm going to try to order one. Those, like, the nicest jerseys I think I've ever seen. All right, what do we got here? Is Fromm back in? Let's go Rawls. Always getting popped. I've found since ever the last patch that came out, the last gameplay patch that came out for Madden, a lot of fumbles, a lot of big hits and fumbles. 76ers dunk a lot now. There you go. Are they gonna make? Are the Sixers gonna make the playoffs this year? Or is it still like? Are they still in trust the process mode? JJ won the Walter Payton Man. He's definitely gonna win it. He donated like $7 trillion to the hurricane efforts. Also, kind of odd though that Kyle. I think Chris Long should have been on that award. Exactly. I was so pissed off. I was actually excited tonight. I was like, I can't wait to see who wins the awards. And they're just like leaking them on Twitter. And it's like the NFL that's leaking them. It's not like just like Skip Bayless. It's terrible. But I guess you get people like me now that now you know the award winners. You want to tune in to see if your guy wins. It's just the modern society, you know? You don't want people's feelings getting hurt live on air. They're currently the 8th seed. So they'll still maybe make it, all right. If they make it, for sure, I'll definitely... Plus, I've always liked their jerseys. I have, like, an old-ass Allen Iverson jersey that I just got, like, from a hand-me-down when I was a kid. So, what are my basketball jerseys? I have an Allen Iverson, really old, like, I wouldn't wear it. It's, like, fucking tattered and shit. I have a Utah Jazz John Stockton jersey. I have a Orlando Magic Shaquille O'Neal jersey when he was, you know, the prime of Shaq Diesel. Oh, he got murdered there. I have I have 2 Blake Griffins. I have a Larry Bird. Because I just like wearing jerseys in the summer. It's a fucking tank top. Who was Philly's guy for Man of the Year? It was Malcolm Jenkins. Because obviously the social justice thing is, I guess, a little bit more important than a guy that's straight up playing for free because he's trying to build wells in Africa. Greg Olson's had 3 drops today. I don't know what's in it. His third leg's getting in the way. Can the Philadelphia Eagles draft Anthony Miller? Unless they get a second-round pick, probably not. I would love that pick, though. I would love the Anthony Miller pick. But that would only have to happen if Doug gets confidence that Nelson Aguilar can move outside. Because Anthony Miller's probably going to be a slot wide receiver, at least start out there in the NFL. And that's where Aguilar's been making his money this year. Because we're just not playing good right now. Probably should have punted that. Who do you think the Bears should draft? Well, I have a mock draft coming out next Thursday. But in previous mock drafts, I had them going Calvin Ridley. I think wide receiver is the biggest spot. You definitely want to... Fuck. Oh, Shaquem makes the tackle. Wasn't pretty, but he made it. See, I tried my best to make it look like he only had one hand with all the black tape and shit. But yeah, I think they... You know, it looks like... I think I saw a report that the Dolphins are going to try to bring back Jarvis Landry. But if not... I think if they can get Jarvis Landry in free agency, as we jump offside, god damn it, and get Calvin Ridley on the outside with Cameron Meredith, that's a formidable wide receiver core. Do I know KSI? I heard about the fight. I saw that fight. I saw like the knockout. I like KSI back in the day, like back in old school YouTube when no one knew who I was. I watched a lot of KSI. His content sucks nowadays, but if I had to pick a guy in that fight, that Weller guy kind of looks like a douchebag, so I would have been pulling for KSI. Oh my god, how you... Oh, let's go! Big time sack! Jones getting in. I got sacked 9 times. Didn't feel like it was that much. I think Shea Patterson will make an impact if he can play for the... Yes, he will. For Michigan, I'm still surprised that Harbaugh has not recruited well at all at the quarterback spot, given that he's not only one of the most popular coaches in college, but he was a quarterback himself. But Patterson's definitely the most talented quarterback he's had to work with. Like, O'Korn sucks. Bates sucks. The other, I can't remember the other quarterback that they had before that. He was pretty bad. But I don't know what's going on with he can play. I think Van Jefferson, another Ole Miss transfer, coming to my Gators. I think they're leaning towards him being able to play. So I assume that I think it was something where Ole Miss lied about their eligibility or something that's going to help them out and let them play. Oh my God, we were playing so bad. Ed Oliver. Best defensive tackle I've ever seen. Best defensive lineman, straight up, I've ever seen in college football was Ndamukong Suh. Ed Oliver is the closest to that. Ed Oliver, top 3 pick for sure. Wilkins, I think next year, God. I think next year for Sean Gary can have a decent season. There is a chance. There is a chance based on need that 4 defensive tackles, I mean, depends on where you see Gary. 4 defensive linemen go in the top 10. I think Christian Wilkins, Dexter Lawrence, Ed Oliver, and Rashawn Gary all could go top 10 next year. That's absolutely absurd. Kicker won the MVP. Oh my God, man! Yeah, kicker won the MVP. Mark Mosley. Mark Mosley won the MVP when he was a kicker for the shortened season. The year that all the scabs played, I think. And that was pretty much just like a way to people. It was pretty much just jokes because his kicking stats weren't even that good. It wasn't like he had a 99% kick rate. What do you think about the Giants getting Barkley? I would be fairly happy if they got Barkley, because that would be a butchered pick. They don't have an offensive line. How you got to run the ball with no offensive line? It's got to look like Todd Gurley last year with the Rams. Go ahead and waste your pick on that. Don't get your eventual new franchise quarterback wasted on Saquon Barkley. Let's go Buckner. Buckner's... Oh, Dudley! From Dudleyville! Gets the sack. Get the tables! Oh, watch yourself. Watch yourself. Elon in the chat. Somewhat hostile. Oh, shit. Okay. As you can tell, low-scoring game. As you can tell, we've been sacked goddamn 20 times. Ridiculous. So the Eagles draft Ronnie Harrison. I wouldn't hate that pick. But, oh, there's a nice little sack. Who got that? Colin Farrell. Very nice. I just feel like safety is a need. I think we don't have anyone there. Corey Graham's old. He's serviceable, but he's old. And we have Malcolm Jenkins, who had his worst years to Philadelphia Eagles, and he's old. But from that standpoint, yes, we need a safety. We need to start thinking about safety. But I feel like between Jalen Mills and Rasul Douglas, one of those two guys can take over that safety role. So to use a high investment to get Ronnie Harrison... I think it's linebacker. I think we get Malik Jefferson, Roquan Smith, Tremaine Edmonds, Rashawn Evans. One of those 4 linebackers. Whatever one slips, whatever one's sitting there, I think that's where we have to go and pick. It's Shaquem Griffin with the big-time hit here. Do I watch MMA? Huge fan. Huge MMA fan. Used to be massive. I used to actually write. At one point in time, like 5 years ago, not even 5, maybe less than that. I used to actually get paid to write online articles for MMA on, I think it was 411.com or something like that. C4, when am I playing tomorrow? I'm literally watching the game with my son and my girlfriend. I got invited to a couple Super Bowl parties, but, you know, too many casuals. I remember if the Eagles weren't in it, I'm all about Super Bowl party. All about partying, all about just having a good time. But there's a lot of not football that goes on. When the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, I need to sit there, I need to focus and be with my thoughts. I don't want the Eagles to be winning the greatest moment of my life. And I hear like 3 chicks talking about their cats. I can't have that on my Super Bowl. So I think I'm just going to chill, order up a huge order of wings, and just watch the game. Who's the go-to rap? Lil Dicky, Riff Raff, either or. Pick it. Think the Eagles should draft Kaiser White. I'm a massive fan of Kaiser White. If he's there in the 4th round, 5th round, yes. Guy's a stud. Oh my God. Oh my God, what is this? Are you kidding me? We just got murked. I actually got to make a poll because I don't know what jersey to wear. My son was good luck for the most part this season. Every game that he's actually watched with me, they've won. If we're not counting the Dallas game where we played all our backups. But I've worn my my Carson Wentz jersey. Okay, here's my jersey selection. On the game that Philly lost to the Cowboys, I was wearing my Foles jersey, so that jersey's cursed. In the Falcons game and the Vikings game, I wore my Carson Wentz jersey, which I haven't worn since he got hurt. So they're 2-0 with the Wentz jersey. But I have my Brian Dawkins jersey. He's a Hall of Famer. Do I rock the Dawkins jersey, go all in there, or do I stick with the 2-0 Wentz jersey? I don't know. The Wentz jersey is the Eagles green, like the color they're wearing, so it'd match better. But then Brian Dawkins, so it's a tough one. You finally saw an EDP video. Yes, now you see why I hate him more than I hate anyone in this community. All right, misses kick. I want to be undefeated. Oh! Oh, we're so close on the block. If we ran into him and give them an automatic first down, I didn't even select the block. Are you kidding me? This is game over. Chip Kelly's bastard son. Oh, they accepted it. Okay. People are saying go Wentz. Okay. I was leaning towards Wentz anyway. I feel like they haven't lost yet. I'm not religious whatsoever, but maybe Jesus is real and he's blessed my jersey. Come on, we just need to get field goal range. We're on great field position on 34. Just make a couple plays. Offensive line needs to hold up. Only thing that sucks is we have no timeouts, and our running back is terrible in pass protection. So we're going to need a lot of quick throws. Oh, my God. Oh! Rawls is a beast. Jay-Sean Rawls. I mean, Tristan Lindquist in the Snow Ox was a monster. We had Elon Mack at the slot was a monster. I think Rawls might be my favorite. Because he wasn't as good as those guys. Just don't need a sack. Don't need a sack. Get in field goal range. Get out of bounds. This is methodical. Okay. You want me to kick the field goal? With Aguayo? Are you kidding me? I think we have one more attempt here. We could throw it to the end zone if we want. Throw it away. Worst case scenario. Let's get our 6'10" tight end on the other side across here. Oh, that was almost not good. I'm not liking this. I haven't played Madden in a lot. We're gonna try 4 verts, see if we can hit Mathis 6'10". I haven't played Madden in a decent amount of time. I did a rebuild last night. Doesn't really count because it's more team building. I don't know if I can make the freeze the kicker right now. Oh, Mathis! Yes! Let's go! 6'10" tight end. Not messing around. Oh, let's go. Woo! I know Pierce is here. This is Pierce's boy. Might have just kept us undefeated. That was a terrible game. Offensive line should be ashamed of their damn selves. Trey Burton is gonna get. If Howie Roseman can, he would be a legit magician if he can find a way to get Trey Burton re-signed. I think Trey Burton's a starting tight end. I think some teams are definitely gonna realize this, and he's gonna get paid big money. I think Jags could be a prime team that could look at him. I think you know what? I can honestly see the Patriots trying to make a big play, get a second, relive the Aaron Hernandez, get another Florida Gator tight end. Let's go, Marshall. I love a nice little Shaquem Griffin interception here. You know, Aaron Rodgers is a goat at Hail Marys. There we go. Creeping away with victory. This was actually a really intense game, even though it wasn't super focused on it for the most part, as you can tell. But 15-10, we go to 3-0 on the season. Taking a quick look here at the box score. Jake Fromm, a touchdown, a pick, his first turnover of the year, but still 281 yards. Could not run the ball. 4 attempts, 9 yards. Fumbles from McCaffrey and Jake Fromm. Our offensive line was horrendous. We couldn't run. We couldn't pass protect. We couldn't do anything. But luckily, Jay Sean rolls 4 catches for 95 yards. And definitely the biggest play, probably of the season, is Hunter Mathis' 17-yard touchdown. On the defensive front, let's actually, I don't want to look at all the sacks the Packers got. Let's look at our team here. We got 5 tackles, 4 tackles for loss from Buckner. He had one hell of a day. We had a sack and a half for Farrell, sack for Jonathan Dudley from Dudleyville. Sanchez Kelly, who had a terrible play on the botched kick. Luckily, they didn't accept it. Had a sack, half sack for Spence Jones and Luke Kuechly. So all in all, we're going to 3-0, baby. We're gonna wrap up this episode. I was gonna play 2 games, but I feel like there's 20 minutes before the award show starts. I gotta see my boy Brian Dawkins. I'm hyped to see that Hall of Fame class because I really want to see Brian Dawkins, but also I'm hyped to see Ray Lewis. I'm hyped to see Brian Urlacher, Randy Moss, T.O. Plus, I want to just hear the boos. Just have a nice little moment with myself, telling Tom Brady to go fuck himself and Sean McVay salting him. So we will simulate to the next week here, and then we'll look at our season stats, our regular season stats so far. Does anyone in the chat? Here's the most random thing I might have ever asked on a stream. Oh, nice, Alex McAvoy, wide receiver 3. Oh no. We're gonna high chance of re-injury. We're not gonna let him come back yet. Does anyone know what Hey Dougie is in the chat? Anyone know what Hey Dougie is? All right, here's a quick. So we're 3-0. We're top in the division. We got Jake Fromm here. 833 passing yards, 4 TDs, 1 pick. He's been every bit of a franchise quarterback so far in this rookie season. That last game really hurt Christian McCaffrey's average, but 148 yards, 2 TDs through 3 games. It's not too bad, especially that 5.1 yards per carry. As far as receiving, I mean, Mathis, big-time target. Well, anytime you're in the red zone, you want to hit that 6'10", 275 tight end. Rawls has been maybe the best wide receiver I think I've played with in Madden. I made him, yes, but he's like a 78, 70, something like that. Like high 70s. He's nothing. He's not a franchise 83 superstar. He's playing really, really well for us. We got 100 yards here from Short. He's been filling in for McAvoy. Greg Olsen has actually not been so hot because he's dropped a bunch of passes. I don't know why. And on the defense, we got Shaquem Griffin's leading our team with 12 tackles from the safety spot. He was a linebacker at UCF, as you can see. I actually have a storyline, a brewing, for my Corey Mack player career mode in NCAA 14 with Shaquem Griffin. It's going to be pretty funny. Definitely stay tuned for that. Marshall Law, 4.5 sacks, 3 sacks here from Clellan Farrell. Dudley got a sack here. Bush got a sack. Do we have any turnovers yet? 1 pick for Greedy Williams. Looking nice. Let's see what the awards have been so far. Anything crazy? Any crazy numbers here? Nothing so much there. Rodgers had 5 touchdowns week 2. Brandon Graham, 4 sacks. Nice to see BG. Tuca Tagovailoa. How the hell did he win? Offensive player of the year with 2 touchdowns. He had 107 yards rushing. Okay. In week 3, we're getting slept on here in the NFC. Stafford got it, 3 TDs, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles for Vernon. All right. Cooks had, Jesus Christ, Cooks, 11 catches, 130 and 3, 4 sacks for Dom Easley. But there you go. Isn't that a kid's show? Yes, it's my kid's favorite show. He's addicted to it like crack, and everything about it's in England, and I can't get anything. I have every episode. It's like, that's the thing. That's his one show. I know every episode. I know the theme song off by her. All right, so that is going to do it here for this stream. Thank everyone for tuning in. I'm going to try my best to do better at streaming. It's just, next week's going to be a really, really rough week because I'm going to be watching my kid full time. So I'm going to say my goal right now, my pledge, is that by March, I'll be streaming minimum 2 times a week, once on YouTube, once on Twitch. It will happen. It will happen. Because right now I got so much stuff going on with draft content, finishing up rebuilds. It's tough, but once I get caught up in all that, more time to stream. So thank you guys for all tuning in. I hope you all have a great Super Bowl weekend. I hope the award show is fun. Getting to have that nostalgia of seeing all the Hall of Fame class go up there. Super Bowl. Hope you guys have a safe and happy Super Bowl. Don't get too crazy. And you'll definitely hear from me. But good or bad, you'll hear from me tomorrow night. Definitely follow me on Twitter at PapaXC4 for all my live tweets during the game, and definitely be some videos and stuff. But that does it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.